All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Purpose for PRP Engaging Social Media Influencer as a Key Strategy sharing session. My name is Bernard and my partner, Kelvin,
Hello.
will be today's host for this sharing session. This sharing session is organized by the Bachelor of Public Relations Year 2 students, RPR 2103, Team C of Tunku Abdul Rahman University College. We are more than excited to have you here. Excited about all the amazing conversations that we are going to have today. Now, before we begin, let me remind you of one thing. We'll be recording today's sharing session and putting it up on YouTube after it's over. We also hope that everyone can turn on their cameras and make sure that all of their devices are set to silent mode so that the sharing session is uninterrupted. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us today is a superwoman, an amazing, resourceful visionary. And when I say amazing, I mean it. What's special about her is that she loves helping young adults just like you to create a knowledgeable and an understanding aspect of influencer marketing. Not to mention, she's also the CEO and founder of SushiWit, an influencer marketing company. Today, she'll be sharing her experience and insights about influencer marketing to help you to have a better understanding towards how and what influencer marketing is all about. In the next 40 to 45 minutes, you will learn the importance to enhancing the capability of an influencer, the strategy, analysis, targeting your desired influencers, the criteria and difficulties when approaching influencers. Ladies and gentlemen, please wait for her for another 5 minutes. Yeah, thank you so much.
Hi guys.
Hi, Miss Wen. Hold on a second.
No problem.
Yes.
Am I super late? Sorry, Paisi.
No problem. Okay.
Oh, really? I'm not super late?
It's okay, no problem.
Okay.
Zoe, please, the song. All right. Now,
Why you
ladies
put
and
such a
gentlemen.
serious picture of me? Okay, it's okay. Just kidding.
Right. Okay. Now, let's get some insight from somebody who's been there and done it. Would you please welcome Miss Fong Yuwen to our sharing session? Yeah. Wen, it's good to have you here.
Yeah.
First,
Hi.
hi. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for joining us today. I assume that everything is okay, right? Everything is good to go.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So without further ado, let's proceed with your presentation.
Okay.
Yes, we'll
Sure.
pass the slides to you now. Thank you so much.
Let me share my screen real quick. Hi guys. Everybody is from TAR. Why is it TAR C? But why do you all call TAR UC? So is it TAR C or TAR UC? Nobody answer my question. Oh, TAR UC. Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome to the session. Sorry, I'm slightly late. My computer wouldn't start. These are the small issues in life. Okay, so oh no, I can't see you guys anymore. Okay, I can. Wait. Jop. Let me set up real quick. You're not in a hurry, right?
No, we are not.
Cool. Yeah, because I figured if you're not in a hurry, then I take my time to talk long. Yeah, 1 second. Just let me adjust my screen. Okay, guys. So the purpose for PRP, engaging social media influencers as key strategy. Okay, how many of you actually thinks that influencer marketing is becoming important, and how many of you don't think so? Ooh. Somebody raise a hand. Many people raise hands. So people actually believe that influencer marketing is becoming an important thing, right? Good. Okay, I think you guys are on the right track. So I started this company 6 years ago. Just a short introduction about myself. Yeah, I started this company with one sole purpose. I was an actress in 2010, 2011. And that time, right, very hard to find job, because it was very, it was not like, now where there's a lot of YouTube and a lot of Instagram, you can find famous people easily, right? And you can contact them, you can DM them on Instagram, you can send them email. Like back in the days, right, people rely on newspaper to 10 years ago, Xiong Tong Lin, right? We rely on newspaper to find out like news and things like that. Although even though Google was already there, but it was not as advanced as it is today, right? And people don't have smartphones like iPhone. We had iPhone, but that was the beginning of iPhone. That means half of the world don't have iPhone. That means we all still use BlackBerry. We all still use much more traditional methods, like where information not so easy that you tap and then move. Not like that. No. So that time when I was an actress, it was super hard to find job because I don't know anybody. I didn't study marketing, like you guys are so lucky, I didn't study marketing, I studied accounting and finance. So from accounting and finance, right, I have no idea how to find all these producer director all these people, like all this modeling agency, all that. So it's very hard for me to get a job. That's why I started Sushi Fit, because I wanted creators and YouTubers, right, to have a fair opportunity to find jobs. Because if the tables were turned, I wish somebody created Sushi Fit for me. So that's why I started my company. Okay, so today we have paid over 5,000 influencers. In our database, we have 17,000 influencers. And of which we've made over 20,000 branded contents for our clients, and at least 2,000 brands have signed up to our platform. So Sushi Fit is a Malaysian startup, 100% Malaysian, very proud to be a Malaysian company. And we are the first influencer marketing tech company in Malaysia. And so we started in 2015. So influencer marketing is something that have always been there. Just so you know, like for example, it started with bloggers. So it started with bloggers like, you guys maybe won't know, you're too young. There's a guy called Kenny Sia. So back maybe 12 years ago, they already got bloggers. So these bloggers will do things on WordPress, blog posts on Blogspot, all these that were more difficult ways, but it was long form content, right? Long form content that is written articles. But then over time, right, we all now got our camera phone, and now our camera already canggih, got filter, everything. So now people evolve to do videos because video 很简单. Now to upload the video is so easy. You just on TikTok it's even better. You touch and let go, then your video ready already. Touch and then let go. At least on YouTube, you somehow need to upload lah, need to fill up the title, fill up description, fill up tagging, everything. But TikTok, right, really so 简单, so simple. You touch and go. So the evolution is that influencer marketing moved from written long content, and then like people need to actually use their camera to take picture. Back in the days, 12年ago, we have to take camera, take picture, and then upload into the SD card, move the picture to our computer, then upload to the blog post. It's really long process. But back then, technology wasn't as advanced. So today, technology has advanced a lot. Therefore, content became videos much more, and of course, needless to say, photos, right? So also because of the evolution of technology. But does that mean that this is not PR? It is. It's essentially the same as last time, the blog post version. And the blog posting happened 10, 15 years ago, right? It did started with the blog version, but then just that with technology advancement, it became videos. It became TikTok. It became all this, right? And also another thing that I wanted to mention is back then, like, wow, when I was young, oh, this is a long time ago. When I was really young, we only got RTM, TV1, TV2, TV3, ATV and NTV7 came when I was 15 years old, okay? So Xiong Tong Lin, I only got TV1, TV2, TV3, so 可怜, really only got 3 channels to watch, okay? And then, of course, we have our newspaper, right? And then we have, what else? We have magazines. We have to buy magazine. Last time I buy the printed magazine, right? 9块, one Clio magazine is like 9 ringgit, But then that's the only outlet we have for information, right? PR was only to appear in this kind of magazine, to appear in this kind of official TV, right? Only got 3 channels. So 3 channels, right? So many people fighting, to get like opportunity to speak in TV, But now, right, you can just get YouTuber, then you got chance to be on screen, and then 1,000 people watch you, 100,000 people can watch you, depend who you choose lah. So over time, now there's a lot more user-generated content because user can generate content, and there is outlet for you to upload the content some more. Back then, you only got TV1, TV2, TV3. Now you can have the whole YouTube. Everybody can upload content. So as a result, there is a huge element here, right? One is technology advance. 2 is there is user-generated content. Everybody also can't lie. We just upload our video. Look ugly, never mind. But people started evolving to user-generated content. So now people no longer accept when what do you call this? People no longer accept, right? Just blatant TV1, TV2, TV3, right? Whatever the Astro tell you, you also like, for sure only lah. This is TV ma. But then if you watch a YouTuber say something, then you're like, hey, this YouTuber is actually not official TV. So they are allowed to say whatever they want to say. So in a way, YouTubers or even TikTok and all that, right? All these new media outlets, right? They are more real. They are more relatable. They are just, your high school friend. She's actually, the YouTuber is your high school friend. Hey, this one my high school senior, right? So it creates a lot more trust, right? When you look at YouTubers and you look at people's Instagram, you seriously watch their Insta story, right? It's like real time one, So of course you trust these people a lot more than you watch something on TV, for example, because TV is more like advertised to you, right? So what positive impact does influencer bring to businesses? One is they bring a lot of trust, right? Because they are just your day-to-day people, Like for example, I don't know whether you guys have moms who do like, Tupperware party. Anybody got mother throw a Tupperware party so that they can get 1 free Tupperware? It's like my mommy lah. My mommy is the type, when she will right, will throw a Tupperware party. And then when she throw Tupperware party, all the auntie come my house. And then sure, they all don't need to buy Tupperware, still will buy Tupperware one. Because they come to the house already, then they like, oh, party, then okay, buy Tupperware, correct? So that's Tupperware party. it's the same thing. Why people have this kind of Tupperware party is because it's smaller group. Then I can trust you ma. Okay, okay. Then it builds this trust, correct or not? So it's the same thing with influencer. Influencers, right? Even though they may be big, right? They actually took years to pay this feeling and this friendship with you, you know. They took years to build their trust. And this is something TV cannot provide to you. TV is an outlet to publish content. But TV doesn't build the same trust as an influencer because influencer, you go through their life with them, no, right? So there's this trust element for brands and businesses that comes with influencers. And another thing is education. When influencer, if you put something on TV or newspaper, right, you have to pay one, no, like, for example, if just say you put something on TV for like 1 minute, right, you only get the 1 minute, no. Or like in the case of the Super Bowl in the US, right? For example, you have a Super Bowl in the US, you only get a 15-second slot, no? In your 15 seconds, how are you going to educate people how to use your product? Correct or not? So you use influencers because they can do a 3-minute video, 8-minute video, 20-minute video just to sell your product. They can talk about like, wow, this one, the software, you do like this, how to do, then you slowly show you step by step, know how to make the candle, how to do this, that, right? How to paint the house, how to, how to cook this dish with the Maggi soup. They will go step by step, which is something that TV or traditional media cannot do for you, because traditional media, you only get like 15-second slots, and pay millions already, right? So this is the first question that you guys asked me. What positive impact does influencer marketing bring to businesses? 1 is trust, and 2 is the time. They take their own sweet time to educate, and also educate on a trustworthy level, right? So far, any question?
No for this, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jala, I take 10 minutes to talk about one question. I got 10 questions. You all have to stay here until 11 o'clock.
No worries. We are more than happy to.
Okay, next slide. Okay, do you think influencer marketing will have a continuous trend in future? Tylo, this question again more widely used in most organizations. Of course, the answer is yes. Number 1, because you're asking me lah. I do this business, of course I have to say yes, correct or not? Okay, but let's be realistic. Do you think influencer marketing will be a continuous trend? I think so, yes. A few things, right? 1 is that during the pandemic, right? Very clear is that everybody work from home. And everybody work from home, you cannot go out, so there's no more billboard already, right? And then all the offices cannot open. So therefore, newspaper also become thinner because people no opportunity to go to the office to content create or contact the newspaper to say, hey, I want to do this, that, I want to promote this, that, right? So billboard don't have. Outdoor event also don't have, right? You can't go and open event in the cannot do conferences, cannot do events, right? Like all those one utama in the middle of the ring, right? And then there's like events happening there, cannot happen, right? So even all those companies that used to rely on events, like for example, brands that do like, the baby expo, they cannot do baby expo. Home furniture expo, cannot do home furniture expo, right? All these expo cannot happen. So what happened then? They all come online. They all have to do stuff online. So online, there's only a few options. You do Facebook ad, Google ad, right? Or you do publishers. You go to the publishers like Says.com, Obulan. You go to Goody25. These are all publishers, right? These are your other outlets. The other option is you get all these influencers to talk about you. You give them the product, they share about it, right? So this is a way for people to reach out to influencers. And with influencer marketing, right, it's very clear, everybody now, a lot of us are buying stuff online. Even you are ordering Grab online. You are buying things online all the time. If just say you see something on the newspaper, then you have to go to your computer and type the whole thing in, and then maybe later you forget. Because by the time you read the newspaper, you come online, maybe that's not your main focus anymore. But just say I see something online, and then I immediately click, then it will be online also. You know what I mean? The purchase intent and the flow is much more clearer when you do something online to online versus when you do something physical offline and you try to move it online. With people growing more and more online, even my grandmother got Facebook, right? with people going online more and more, right? It makes a lot more sense. People click from one page to another, whether it's from Facebook to some other website or website to some Facebook, it's the same thing, right? So influencer marketing will continue to go up because people are going more and more online. And online option only user-generated content like influencer marketing or publishers, which is like the sales.com, Goody25, that type, right? So there's only two options for you. And of course, you have the Facebook ads and the Google ads, but those are no different from ads in general, right? Because they are not trust building. They are actually ads that are shown to you. So I believe genuinely that influencer marketing will continuously be on the trend and on the rise. In fact, this one quite obvious because every 2-3 months, my staff gonna poach left, right, center. So anybody who joins SushiVid, right, 6 months later, no problem, sure can get job outside. Because everybody poaching my team, you know. train, then they all zao. But yeah, this is the life in general. Okay, so far, any questions for this question?
No.
Okay, Ken, next. Based on my experience with influencer marketing, do I find it viable and manageable? Yeah, as you can see from the slide, I already put a very big picture of a person that's like, you know, going to pull her hair out already. So yes, it is viable. I've done it for 6 years. My brands have been paying me for the last 6 years. So obviously it's a viable option, right? Of course, at the beginning when we started, it was less sophisticated, right? That time at the beginning only got YouTube. Then YouTube then slowly got Instagram. But even now, some brands still like, Instagram? I'm not on Instagram. So some brands are also not on Instagram yet. Then 2 years ago, suddenly got TikTok, right? And then along the journey, there is like, IG story just came out. Now, new one, IG Reels, right? So over time, it got to evolve a lot more platforms and stuff. Things change, but is it viable? Yes, absolutely, right? Because the younger generation is coming out and they all start to have salary. So when we started influencer marketing, you guys were still in high school, right? And when you guys in high school that time, you are already following all the Yang Bao Bei lah, you're already following the Chang Yong lah, all that, right? Correct. So generally, you are already following these people. So when you start to come out to work, right, in the next 2-3 years, you will still continue your trend of following Chang Yong, and that's not going to change, right? And you will then be the people that have money to spend. Then when you are the one that have money to spend, and then your natural habits are already watching all these influencers, then it makes sense, right? That I still target you through these people. And another thing is, okay, now the manageable part. Okay, manageable is questionable lah. Because every influencer is different, right? Every influencer 他们有自己的 style, right? They have their own working style, they have their own working format. Some of them all got different payment terms. Some of them want payment 100% upfront, some want payment 50% upfront, right? So there are different, every influencer have their own pattern, for lack of a better word lah. Yeah, all got pattern lah, pattern liao some more. So all of them will have their own style. So what happens then to us, right, is that when client engage a company like SushiVid and we need to manage 100 influencers, all 100 influencers, all different one, no, this one want 50% payment upfront. Just talk about payment already, headache already, because like this one have a payment, this one don't have payment term, this one they want to give you invoice, this one they want you to create invoice, then this one they want you to bank in for them, and then this one they prefer you give check. All kinds of different styles when it comes to influencers. So manageable is questionable, right? That is why it is absolutely important for this to become very mainstream. Because when this becomes mainstream, there is a generally accepted formula for managing, right? So for example, like you go to the bank today, you don't go and tell the bank, okay, Thai bank, I want you to pay me, tomorrow. You don't go to the bank and tell them you want them to do something for you tomorrow. It doesn't happen because the bank got a standard format already. They have a standard operating process, standard operating procedure that you cannot change. But why do we follow the bank's procedure? It's because the bank is older than us. The bank is more established than us. So we listen to the bank because the bank has a system and the system works. Because if everybody go to bank, everybody got their own pattern, then how the bank going to function? There's so many people, 30 million people using bank. How do the bank function if there's no system? Correct? So influencer marketing is at the beginning stage where there is no system. And that is why we rely on companies like SushiVid, right, to create a system for influencer marketing where it is acceptable, right? Okay, so everybody have to follow these operating procedures if you want to work with SushiVid. That is why every business in the evolution of startup is like that, right? When you start Facebook that time, at the beginning of the journey of Facebook, what happened is that nobody knows how to regulate Facebook. Until today, governments are finding ways to regulate Facebook because they're like, wow, Facebook is becoming so powerful. Facebook is becoming, Facebook can provide so much information to citizens of a certain country, right? It can influence so much. Facebook is becoming so powerful. But then now, they then have to build legal teams, they have to build different departments to make it manageable. So when you ask me whether influencer marketing is manageable, in a Malaysian standpoint, industry standpoint, it is growing to become manageable, right? But it relies on players like SushiVid, even the government. Like for example, SushiVid is working with the government to ensure that all these YouTubers or these influencers pay their taxes. So you imagine, right? A country can run because people pay taxes, right? So that we can build roads, we can build welfare system, pay for hospitals and all that. All this is because people pay taxes. But everybody become freelance today. Everybody do gig economy, right? All these Grab riders, Grab riders make 3,000 to 5,000 a month. They don't pay taxes. Cannot be, right? There's like thousands of them. So there must be a way for us to manage the viability of this as a country, right? So influencer marketing is also lumped into this category where we need to somehow, in a way, regulate it, right? The way we regulate Grab riders, the same way we regulate influencers. So yes, the government is working on this. We're working with multiple different departments for this. We're working with Hasil for taxes. We're working with Sokso. You know, in case anything happened to them, whatever Tongkwa Taufu, right? At least Sokso will protect them forever, right? But then, because they do freelance, then there's no Sokso, right? Also, there's also banks, right? Influencers function as freelancers. They cannot get loan, you know. So then how to buy house, buy car? Everything has to pay cash. So there's no loan for them, right? So all these things are becoming manageable, right? We are making it more mainstream. So it's good that TAR UC is actually taking a step further to learn about influencer marketing, because once this becomes mainstream, then it has a system like a bank. But until then, we are still no system. Sorry, am I confusing you all already, or like okay so far? Can accept my explanations?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, everybody okay? Hey, Bo, okay, can tell me, no? Sorry, also I like to speak mixed Hokkien, mixed Chinese, everything. Y'all don't mind. Because early in the morning lah, y'all wake lao niang up at 10 o'clock. No? Okay, next. Okay, is there a specific type of influencer that agencies like to engage with? Okay, like, of course there are a lot of influencers, right? So when you engage influencers, it depends on the brand, right? Some brand, they like to engage. Sekali the big one, they take big one straight. They take the Changyong type, right? Then the Changyong type, right? 一个就够了 because very expensive. No? So when a brand engage like a Changyong type, right? Then it's going to be one influencer, you know, or Oh, yeah, Peiyong. Okay, yeah, I don't follow, but yes. Okay, so for example, if you pick this kind of influencer, right, then you pick one or two only. But there's another pool of influencers that are like, you know, 3,000, 5,000 follower, 2,000 follower. Now, all these 2,000, 3,000 one also is influencer. But then they are micro influencers. They are nano influencers, right? These small influencers is, how should I put it? Okay, so the big one is like your ambassador style, you know. They are 你拿一个 1 million follower, then they say one time only one, right? Like the name we type, the 黄明志 type, right? They are one big one. Then there is the small one you engage a lot one. So like for example, in the case of Lazada, okay, so my client Lazada, when we work with Lazada, they will take maybe like 10, 100K and above one. So they will pick like you know, slightly famous lah, 100K, 200K, and then they will do 10. But then each of them will do maybe like 10 contents for Lazada, for example, right? And then I have smaller clients, like for example, in the case of, let's say, let me pick somebody that I remember. Okay, in the case of the recent one, what's the name? Tea Tree, you know the Tea Tree acne cream that you can buy in Watson one. The brand is called Tea Tree. So in the case of Tea Tree, right, they will engage like 50 small one, and then all of them get free product, and then they get to post a story about them using the Tea Tree. So both also get awareness, right? The big one content 罢了, but then they get maybe X percentage of reach for their audience. But then you can also use like 100 small one. Their reach is much smaller because they got less follower. But then you get 100 different contents left. So there's two options, right? One is you get one big one and then make one content. The content quality sure super good one, right? Because all these payong type, they got like videographer lah, they got editor lah, they got everything ma, because they obviously so famous, right? So those type, you get one, but the quality of the content is very good. Versus the other type, you do 100, but the content so only lah, because like only 2,000 followers, student, you know, not so famous lah, right? So obviously don't have a whole crew, you know. So this type, you can do 100 all unique contents, but the content quality is compromised. So which ones will client choose? Client will choose based on their requirement. For example, if just say I'm a brand new brand, right, and I don't know yet what is what is my target audience, then I will choose one big I will choose 100 small one, and then I try some Malay, some Chinese, some Indian, and then some speak in Malay, some Chinese, some English. Then I pick half female, half male, you know, because I got the budget to do 100 now, so I can test a lot of different audience groups. I can choose like people from Kelantan, Johor, JB, Penang. I can choose from around, right? Because the budget, I can engage 100 small one. Versus I do one big one. Then this big one, only one audience group, the people that follow him or her. Right? So if just say you are a client and you want to do multiple target audience, like you just want to spread and see, you know, maybe I do Malay, Chinese first, and then, oh, more Malay people. Then, okay, I do more Malay targeted. You know, so it's a A/B testing lah. But if you do one big one, that means you must be very clear already. Like, okay, 我的 product 是 target 这种的, only I think the name we audience is correct. That I just want that. Then yes, right? So if I'm a brand, how I choose is I will choose based on my user audience and what I'm trying to achieve. Okay. Of course, you will look at creativity of the content and also the engagement rate lah. So a lot of influencers, as you all will definitely know, there are those that buy followers, there are those that have fake followers and things like that. So influencer engagement is 100% based on, is the only way to measure success, right? Is when people actually engage with the content, not just like how many followers you have. So high engagement is absolutely important. Okay, fake followers. Yeah, I was in the right wave lah. How do we detect them? Okay, fake followers detection nowadays is getting super sophisticated already. You know, last time when we first started, right, when you see this influencer content so near, but then suddenly, wow, 10,000 followers, you know, in one day, then you're like, oh, okay, 这个 100% buy follower one lah. Because how can your content every day same only, bo different say lor. Like every day same content, suddenly 10,000 followers out in the middle of nowhere. Like, so we always look at the content to know whether this influencer able to or not. One suddenly the influencer naik so much. How can it be? But of course, like for example, in the case of like this influencer, you know, suddenly join Miss Malaysia. Yeah lah, then nice upload reboot. Makes sense, ma. You suddenly join a Malaysian wide campaign for beautiful girls. Obviously, right, your follower going to nice upload reboot. Makes sense, right? But then if just say your follower night, but then nothing changed in your feed, no news about you, then that feels fake, right? So that is where we first find the detection for fake followers, right? Is that if your content so looks the same, not much people mention about you, then suddenly your followers go up, then we know. But nowadays, it's getting smarter already. The system, right, they follow the followers nice slowly. That means one day 900, next day 100, 100, 100. So it goes up slowly, you know. It's not like, wow, sekaligus naik 10,000. It is the slowly go up type, you know. So this one, how do we detect? Wow, this one 高难度 already. So how do we detect this kind of fake followers? This one, we have to go into the influencers follower list and then click one by one. We don't click all, right? But on average, we will click maybe 20 of the followers, and then we see the 20 followers real or not one. Because you see a lot, you click already, you go inside zero content. Or like you click already, you go inside like only got 5 posts. Like a bit fake, right? So these are like bots lah. And these you can see by clicking on the influencers followers if you want to do it the slow way. Generally, we don't click and find lah. But what we do is we see the engagement rate first. If just say this influencer got 100,000 followers, and then the engagement rate is only like 0.5%, then you're like, how can it be? Like you have 100,000 followers, only 0.5% engagement is way below average. So then we are like, okay, something is wrong with this account. Then only we go and click and see. Because we cannot like, 17,000 influencer, everybody we go and click and see who got fake follower. Ma. So what we do is we detect when we feel something is wrong. Okay? Okay, so these are the line question that I put together lah. Because I feel like I thought that I was not going to have enough time for Q&A already. So never mind, I will pick one more question, or if you guys have questions, y'all just thoroughly ask, don't be shy, okay? But let's see, usually what are the common difficulties I meet when I work with influencer, when approaching influencer? Wow, this one, yo. In SushiVid, right, we got a hashtag, no. Our hashtag is, tolong jangan blue tick, please. Influencers, right, they are very, very busy, right? So some of them, they suddenly become busy one. It's not like you every day you know you're going to be busy. So you like, when you got 10,000 followers, you thorough hire manager. You don't thorough hire manager one. You will hire a manager when you are like 100K, then like suddenly you realize that your life is like, you cannot control already, cannot manage. So it's not the influencer's fault. But then, right, in the transition, right, they don't know when they need manager one. So as a result, right, when we reach out with, and at SushiVid, right, we work with 500 influencers every month, 500 to 1,000 influencers every month. So surely there's bound to be moments in our life, right, when we reach an influencer and then the influencer is busy now, there's no time to reply one, no. But then they don't know. They don't know that they are in this problem. So that's why every time I also always encourage my influencers, if you feel like you cannot manage already, please get a manager. Please get a manager, because you will ruin your relationship with all the agencies. Because agency cannot tahan working with you because you're not replying. So it's absolutely important, okay, that influencers realize that I'm getting too swamped already. I really need a manager. But when you need to hire a manager, you also need to pay, right? Managers not cheap, Just say you hire a full-time manager to yourself, maybe hire your best friend. You also need to pay your best friend at least what, 3K, 4K minimum, so that you can hire them. So influencers also need to realize that, okay, do I make enough to pay somebody 3K to manage? Right. So this is one common issue when we work with a lot of influencers, right? There's some of them that they haven't got a manager, or they don't realize that they cannot manage their time management skills is not great, because they don't know suddenly got so much job. Because it don't dawn on them that they need to have a system. So some of them, they're very famous, right? But they don't have a system of time management. So they don't know how to project manage their time. And that's when things become difficult. Okay, last 15 minutes, anybody got question? Sorry, I know I came like 10 minutes late, very paiseh. So y'all can ask me more questions now, okay? And I can stay as long as y'all need.
No worries. I think don't have question for now yet, or you still want to continue?
Okay, I continue with the next question.
Yep, okay.
Okay, what are the criteria for evaluating whether a social media influencer is suitable? Okay, so I think we need to look at your audience. The most important is to look at audience first, right? Because if I use this influencer, the audience is not what I'm looking for, then I use her or him for what? So for example, there are some companies, right, that have a lot of influencers, that all the pretty girl influencers, all the Chinese pretty girl influencers. Then, right, my client one time come to me and say like, hey, you know, your competitor give me a price only 5K, you know, 100 influencer, 5K only. Then he give me the name. Then I said, bro, your product target Malay, you know. Then you give this 5K, all Chinese pretty girl one. Does it make sense for your brand or not? Yes, it's cheaper lah, but Tylo, you're targeting Melayu, you know. This is not your group, you know. Then they're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. Then I say, yeah, you have to, that's why you pay a bit more, but you get the right target audience for your brand. It's very important. First thing is the target audience. Second is, of course, the influencer got do your competitor brand or not. Very important, right? We need to make sure that the influencer don't do competing brands. Make sure that the influencer is acceptable. So I have one influencer, I remember. He owns a very rare monkey. He owns the monkey, right? The hair color, fluorescent color. Fluorescent orange. It's a very rare monkey. And actually it's illegal to own because it is an endangered species. So what we didn't know is we didn't know she owned the monkey. But then after a while we found out. So we have to disclose this to our brands, you know, to tell them that, hey, okay, this particular influencer owns this monkey. Is it okay for your brand? Because I literally had a client who emailed me and said, I want to remove this influencer from our list of influencers because she owns an endangered species illegally. So you imagine it's like somebody owns a lion, right? Some brands cannot accept, right? Because this is animal, could borderline be animal cruelty, could be illegal. Some brands cannot accept it, right? Or some influencers, they promote certain products that people may find unsuitable. Like for example, if just say Malaysia, especially we are a Sharia, some brands, they want to be Sharia compliant, right? So they cannot choose influencers who promote online gambling, right? They cannot choose influencers who promote lottery. So these are certain criteria that brands will have, right? And even like some brands cannot even like, influencer cannot wear short sleeve. So these are requirements from the brands, right? And it is what it is because of the regulations that we have to work with in terms of marketing. But it's definitely a lot less strict compared to, say, TV, right? Last time in RTM, right, when I was acting, you cannot wear short sleeve. And yeah, and even short skirt also must be above knee, below the knee, you know, that kind. Of course, online is not so strict because we don't have a regulation body. But brands have to regulate themselves because there is no like restriction like TV, right? So the restriction will fall on the brands to decide what is acceptable for them and what's not acceptable. Okay, is there an appropriate way to connect and approach influencers on social media platform? There is, just reach out to them. If you need them, just reach out. You reach out, then you try, then they reply good, or they don't reply, then okay, you reach out. Because it's free for all them. Everybody is free to go and reach out to influencers one. So by all means, if you want to reach out to influencers, reach out to them. Okay. And based on your experience, can you share with us what is your strategy approaching influencers for collaboration? Like I said, we just reach out. So, but the good news is that Sushi is already 6 years old, so influencers already know who we are. So when we reach out to them, they know that, oh, okay, this is Sushi. But at the beginning, when I reach out, that time really difficult right? They all bohil me, at the beginning. But now, after 6 years, they kind of realize that we are going to be here for a long time. So now they finally reply us, right? But sometimes it's like that, like I said, some of them may be just really busy and they don't realize that they need a manager. That's why they are slow to respond. But a lot of them is because all got different pattern, right? Some of them, they think that using spreadsheet is good enough. Some of them, they they want to do PowerPoint slides. Some of them, they want to do Microsoft Word. Different people present best in different ways, right? Like for example, if just say today I throw you all an assignment, you all also will be like, okay, 这个 assignment 你要在 PowerPoint 还是 spreadsheet 还是 point form 还是你要 fully decorated 的还是你要 video? You also don't know, right? So it's the same thing with influencers because it's such an unregulated space. Everybody has their own pattern, and yeah, so we just have to find our ways to work with people. It's the same in every department, every industry also. will have same things. Except, of course, if you go to government or you go to the banks, then they give you a form, you fill out the form. Like, you tell them you make video, they don't care. They just want you to give a form, right? So until we have a regulation space, until this space is regulated, then we just have to go with the flow for now. Okay, I have one last slide. If you all don't have question, I have one last.
No problem.
Go, I got one more. Alamak. Okay, Jeffrey has a question. Jeffrey, need a question? I cannot see. Sorry,
I'll read
MC,
it for
can you
you.
read me the question?
I'll
Yeah,
read
thank
it for
you.
Yeah, okay. Jeffrey said, as Miss Fong said for Chan Yong, this kind of influencer, they will only use one instead of few because they are very expensive. Do you mind to share the highest paying rate for influencer that you ever met? Maybe one posting, content, or one project?
Okay, so not one I mean, of course, if you're a very rich brand, then you will hire 5 right? You hire Tong Tong, Chang Yong, Pei Yong, Yang Pao Bei all at one go right? If you're rich but like just say you got like a 20-30K budget, then you only can hire one more, right? So yeah, depending on who the highest paid ever. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what is the highest paid, but I can assure you, if you do a YouTube video, one of the top 5 influencers, YouTubers, they probably charge anywhere from 80,000 to 150,000 a video. And this is, of course, they charge this because it's production level, right? 10 types of Malaysians, 5 kinds of nasi lemak eaters. 这种的 they have got to have actresses inside the video 的嘛 They got actresses in the video. They got to, like, you know, go and recce location. They have to move here, move there, you know, because got multiple scenarios, right? And then they got videographer, they got production team. So this type one, yeah, anywhere from 80 to 100,000 is quite normal one. Because even you go to a production house to do advertisement, also this price ma. If you go to a production house and ask for advertisement, 3-minute advertisement, also this price one, 80,000 is normal. So yeah, usually that will, if you ask me for highest paid, then this would be the highest paid category, 150 per video I ever hear before for YouTube. Okay, next question. Sorry, somebody asked.
All right, the next question is from Lee Sing Yi. Why do some merchants will find some bad history like YBB to promote their products? They do not scare the public dislike their the product and its influence the reputation of the brand.
Okay, so this YBB one quite interesting to me, right? Bad publicity is still publicity. You guys know that as well, right? So any publicity is better than no publicity. It's a matter of how you turn things around, and that's what PR is about, right? Crisis management is how you turn things around to your benefit. Just give you an example, Yang Pao Bei's case, right? I mean, everybody also still follow her because 这种 drama 谁不要看, right? Everybody want to watch the drama anyway. So if you're a brand who is open-minded, then it is okay to use Yang Pao Bei again, because honestly, she's talk of town for every website, you know, for a long time. And if you use her, then your chance of your content being shown even higher right now because of her publicity, good or bad. But another thing that we need to realize is that influencers are only human, right? We all have our journey. Some of us may go into our midlife crisis. Some of us will make mistakes in life. Does that mean that we don't forgive forever? That's a very unfair statement. Personally, I think that we all make mistakes in life. Even myself as a CEO, I'm not always a good CEO. There are some moments in my life where I make mistakes. To give you an example, right? In the first year of SushiVid, when I fire people, maybe when I fire that time, I will be a bit more harsh. But actually, because I don't know how to do it, I also first time CEO, I also first time, correct or not? So when I do first time, maybe my presentation wrong, correct or not? But after 6 years, today I'm a lot better already. Like, you know, if today I have to fire somebody, I'm much more gentler. The way I present it is different. The way I talk is different already. All right? Because It takes years of experience to get to where I am. In the same case with Yang Baobei, how long before brands will start using her? Some brands can be more open, some brands may not, but all of us are also human. So we need to remember that it's okay to make mistakes. Especially in her case, we cannot just hold her to her one mistake forever. You know, at some point we have to let go and we have to accept, because otherwise we are killing the poor girl. If forever we are going to say that 这个不可以 because 3 years ago she did this, I think of course on the moment itself, it's okay if you feel like okay 我不懂我要不要. You know, I'm not sure whether our brand is comfortable to use her. For the moment, yes. But after 1-2 years, I think it's okay. After 6 months, maybe some brands think 6 months is okay. Right? Because everybody is in a journey. So we always have to remember that even influencers, they are only human and they will make mistakes. Even harder for them because everything they do put on microscope. Whole world can see. For something, everybody thought about it. Very poor thing, no? Actually quite poor thing. I feel like they don't realize what they get themselves into. Everybody say they want to be YouTuber. Everybody say they want to be influencer. They don't realize the responsibility on them, right? Until it happens. And when that happens, and then it blow up beyond proportion, then people start to like, say things. But people are so, how do I put it? So quick to judge at that moment, but they don't realize that it's also a journey for them. Just to give you an example, and this one quite close to my heart. You know, Tony Fernandez, right? When the times are good, everybody buy cheap air ticket, everybody okay, everybody happy. Hey, hello, my mother was able to fly for like, you know, to visit all around the world, you know, with AirAsia for the last 10 years. All of us, our life became so much better thanks to AirAsia, correct or not? But then now, wow, pandemic hit, it's not even their fault. No, don't even know how come COVID can happen. And then suddenly everybody start penalizing, where's my refund, where's my refund, where's my refund? I know their business also not their fault. You know, not even their fault, like suddenly COVID happened. But people start to like just harp on the refund. But then all the years that you benefited from AirAsia, did you think about that? It's not that they want it as well. There's a bit of lacking of empathy when it comes to things like that. And influencers especially, really people have very little empathy for them, which I feel very sad because very poor thing. You know, they also don't know that, you know, they just want to create content only. Then suddenly become famous and then people put them under microscope like that. Okay, next question.
All right, Wen, I think that you can continue with your presentation first. The questions later we have to, yeah. We'll continue later.
Okay, so this one, the steps you can read from my website, so I'm not going to continue. I want to share with you a free gift. So all of you, thank you so much for taking the time to sit into this session. It means a lot to me and my team. We're actually giving away a free iglinks.io that you guys can benefit from for the whole year. You will get a 75 ringgit a month product free upgrade. But what we need you to do is we need you to fill up this form so that we can give you the upgrade to the email that you are using. We need your email so that we can give you the upgrade for free lah. Okay. So basically, what IG Links is like a link tree lah, right? But it's an upgraded version. So you can put pictures like the one that you can see on the screen. You can change the font, change background, change color. You can add GIF if you want, right? So this is iglinks.io/taruc for you guys. You fill up the Google form and we'll be able to give you a free free iglinks.io account for a year. So the normal free one is only a standard background. You cannot change one. But then this one with the 79 is the full customizable. You can change to the whatever font, whatever color, and you can add whatever you want. So if you guys are interested, just fill up the form and then you'll get it for free. Let me show you the benefits of using IG Links. So at SushiFit, right, we actually prioritize a lot of we actually prioritize our technology quite a fair bit. You all can see my screen, right?
Right now, no.
No, ka. Sorry, stop share again. 1 second. My entire screen, share my entire screen. So now you all know how you are shown on my screen. Because I cannot see, so I have to open 2 browsers. Okay, like, can you all see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so if I show you iglinks.io, how it functions is like this. It's mobile friendly, so you can like scroll and sorry, let me show you the different variations of these. So we've actually created this so that influencers or users right, can create like a resume. You can create a mini blog, right? You can create product catalog and gallery, right? These are various ways that you can use IG links. Basically, IG links is like Linktree, like y'all know what Linktree is, right? Okay, cool. Yeah. So this is one way to use it where you can display some of your art. This is especially useful for those of you who are designing your NFTs right now. Right? And then if you want to use it as like a CV, so this is my CV that we put on here as a demo. So you can see like a CV version. Because nowadays when you apply for a job, right, it's not just like, you want to impress, right? So you don't just give them a paper CV, you actually give them a CV that is clickable like this. Right? So we put like academic qualifications, languages, industry knowledge. Yeah. So this is a sample CV, and I think this is quite useful for all of you if you're applying for jobs sometime soon, maybe internship or whatever. And then of course you can do a blog. So this is a blog of all the whiskeys that my sister has drank in her life. And then this one is a G-Shop, so it's like a product catalog. So yeah, we've given this to you guys for free. That's the slides here. Just submit your link, iglinks.io/taruc. You will find the Google form. After you fill up the Google form, you should be able to do a free upgrade. But you need to sign up, yeah? So you need to sign up to iglinks.io with the email and then give us the email in your Google form so that we can actually give you the free upgrade. Okay? So to show you you can still see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, to show you the IG links, how it works is, I'm going to show you here. Hey, where are you? Where are you guys? Oh my gosh, you're missing. Okay, never mind, I'll show you later. So how it works is, if you go inside, I can look at the dashboard. You can see all the links that I have. For example, if you look at iglinks.io/1, you can see that these are all the links that I put inside, which is here. So all these links are clickable, right? It will lead you to a website. Yeah, all these are clickable links, right? So on my IG links, I can see for each of these links, how many people have viewed, how many people have clicked it, right? And I can preview and I can edit. So for example, if I go into my one and I want to change the theme, just say today I don't feel like using the yellow one, I can go into full customization. I can change the background to display just a color, like a gradient color of, okay. So now I have changed my IG links to this background, right? I could edit the content. I can change the avatar. It means I don't like this avatar. I can change the border color to red, yellow, green. Right? And then I can go into the header and change the header title font to Gil Sans, for example, if I wanted to, but let's change back to Blix button. Okay, so preview. So yeah, so this is the item that we've given to the class of TAR UC. Oh yeah, I know where you are. Here. Wait, y'all can see my screen just now, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, y'all saw my sharks, right?
Yeah, we saw.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I wanted to. I don't know whether it shows multi desktop screens. But okay, guys, this is sums up my training session. Hey, so I qualified to be lecturer already now. I feel like I need to be lecturer in life.
I think so, can lah.
Can. But then I a lot of Hokkien. Sorry for those of you who don't speak Hokkien or Chinese.
I speak Hokkien.
Yay, okay. So, but I know there are some, I saw there was an Indian colleague or classmate. So sorry, I will try to speak some Tamil in the future. Okay, but okay, anything, any questions, anything else that you guys want to share with me?
Kevin.
Due to the time concern, we are able to choose some of the question on the chat box.
Sure.
So sorry about it. And so based on Zijian mentioned just now, brand advertisers fix a template for their product placement, and some even have their preferred influencer for their product. So for influencer, how much freedom do they have in changing template of the advertisement or to freestyle? And
Okay.
how is the change managed?
Actually, nowadays, product placement very little already. There is very little product placement type of content already. A lot more content on engaging the content, the product one. So for example, yesterday I did a product demo for Logitech C920, this one. So actually, what I do is I actually have to talk about the features quite a bit. So first I do introducing the product like, hey guys, oh my gosh, really excited that I'm going to be sharing about the C920 Logitech product with you today. And then the next screen is like me unboxing the content, right? So slowly unbox. Then after that, I'll talk about, guys, look, this is super easy to use. I can even do a adjustable like this, so I can plug this onto the monitor. I can plug this onto the laptop. It's super easy. Just put it on and look, USB. I just plug and play. So easy, right? Then the next part of the video, I will show. You know what, guys? The best part about using the Logitech C920, right, is that I can actually, right, use their capture app. No, what is this capture app? Let me show you. Then I will show screen capture app. What is it about, right? Then I'll show like, wow, this capture app can split screen lah, can change filter lah, can do left, right lah. Wow, it's super powerful, right? Then my next slide, then my next portion will be like, guys, don't forget, man, there's an exclusive deal, during 9/9, there's an exclusive deal on Shopee. Just go to Shopee, check out the Logitech official page. There you go, guys. C920, for example. Content has become like that. It's no longer just a product placement. Like product placement works for certain kind of content. If just say you are a gamer, right? You are a gamer, then people just watch you for your game. But at the same time, you are using this Razer mouse lah, this Razer keyboard lah. Sorry, Logitech mouse lah, Logitech keyboard lah, right? Then those are product placement, right? Then you can like live stream for like 3 hours, and then the Logitech product is just there. That is a kind of product placement that is common now. Or like, for example, if just say you are gaming and then, wow, gaming and then hungry, 3 hours, so you eat Domino's pizza. So the Domino's pizza is next to you. But makes sense, ma. All the people who are watching you play game, right, they're so, yeah, I so hungry, I just want to order Domino's pizza. That is an intentional product placement. But very rare do we find product placements, right? Actually, not really rare. Still got. Product placement nowadays, they don't stand alone. Maybe the first picture, right? The first picture is the influencer. Sorry, I don't have any product next to me. So the influencer holding the camera like that. But then there will be a few pictures. There will be like second picture. It will be like the influencer actually showcasing like wow, Then the next picture it will be like a screenshot from the actual product usage. So nowadays, not only just one product placement, there will be multiple pictures already, because on Instagram you can do carousel already now, or like you can do IG Reels or TikTok video. So there's a lot more interaction with the product than just common product placement nowadays. I hope I answered your question.
Okay, so another question, Yifeng also mentioned that if influencers sign contract with you, but in the middle, the influencer suddenly have a big scandal, what you will do at the time?
Okay. Just to clarify, Sushi, we don't sign contracts with influencers, yeah. So we are only the middleman that engages on behalf of our clients, influencers, to help them manage campaigns, but we don't sign influencers. But yes, good question. If a brand contracts an influencer and then midway the influencer got some scandal, I think this one individual brand handle differently. Most of the time, the easiest way for the brand is they cancel the past content we can already do. So either they delete the content, or the brand have to make an announcement that they no longer associate with said influencer. So if you Google the recent case of Dkosh from Singapore, right, you will see that certain brands have to disclose. Well, like for example, if just say I'm the brand that worked with Dkosh, I have to disclose that Dkosh was our brand ambassador for XYZ, but we are no longer working with him since June of 2020, for example. So you have to disclose for certain brands if the scandal is really important to you lah. But I think a lot of times some brands, they will just let it die down. Like for example, this influencer got some small scandal lah, right? What the brand will do is just, okay, we lay low these 2 months, don't do any posting. Or 3 months, don't do any posting. You know, then after the period over already, then they re-engage again. Some brands will do that. So it kind of depends on the brand's comfort level and the level of the scandal as well. If the scandal is like personal one, then okay lah, right? But if the scandal is racial or like religious or political, then maybe not so okay, no? So it depends on the level and the comfort of the brand, right? For example, if you see Name Wee, he is a very, very controversial influencer, right? He is very, very controversial. His content is really like in your face, say bad words on, and then some more, you know, his content is very provocative, right? Purposely provocative. But he's a creator, and I love Name Wee. Sincerely, I love him a lot because I think that he is the voice of freedom, the voice of real creative freedom. But not every brand can accept. So as a result, if you look at Name Wee's content, you will realize that not a lot of brands engage him. And the brands who engage him, those are the open-minded brands that can accept his kind of content. So yeah, there will be influencers that, I mean, because the whole reason why we follow influencers is because they are also somewhat viral. No? They are also somewhat viral because they made an opinion about something, right? So it just depends on what kind of scandal it is and how bad and how sensitive is the brand to the scandal.
Okay. I think that's all for our Q&A session.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you so much for the amazing sharing. I believe what you have said is full of knowledge, and I'm pretty sure that everyone might have got what they want.
Sure.
And,
let me put in my email. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. But don't ask me every day, okay? Like some days. And then if you want to follow me on Instagram, this is Lao Niang's Instagram. And if you want to see my IG links, you can see here. Okay, steady. Guys, thank you so much for your time. It was such a pleasure, okay? If you follow, I'll follow you back, don't worry. Thank you so much for your time. Oh, good photo. Okay, steady. You want to take good photo? Wait, let me set up the Logic C9.
Now will be our group photo session. And I would like to have all of your cameras on so that we can have the group photo.
Yo, sorry, I forgot about the group photo. That's why I look so great. Okay, let me see some. Wow, okay. Okay, I know. Okay, wait. Let me pick my camera. Ha, okay, this is the right camera now.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Cheese.
Okay, yay.
Okay, thank you for your cooperation.
Okay, so thanks, guys.
Before you guys go, there's also an evaluation form in the chat box. And we will
You're evaluating me, You are very stressed, eh?
No, the whole sharing session actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So we also highly appreciate it if all of you can help us to fill up the form to improve our.
Sorry, don't call me Miss Wen can very old leh. Just call me Wen can already lah. Then we can be friend, okay, Wen, okay? Okay, bye guys. Have fun.
Okay, thank you. And last but not least, please keep in mind that there are also a lot of interesting sessions coming soon. So please stay updated on our Facebook page and also Instagram to know more about the upcoming session. So that's all for today. Please continue to stay safe in this pandemic season. That's all from us. See you again and ciao.